All right, we're here with Dave and Hannah Carta. Thanks for joining us. We're doing a little pre-interview for the Ode. So Dave and Hannah are the unlucky guinea pigs to be my first interview. So I hope I don't ruin it for them, but certainly will make the race a lot better. And I got to find out before we started here that Dave and Hannah are obstacle racers and heard about this race through OCR, following OCR and other things. So thanks to Matt, Josh, for bringing a lot of obstacle racers to the race. So we're going to get right in. We're going to have a little fun. The format's kind of interesting. It's a bunch of canned questions. You're probably getting some of the same ones other people have, and we'll just go with it. So we'll keep it short. We know you have to train. You don't want to sit and yap on the video. But first question, are you going to run the Friday night Vanstone Beer Mile?
Definitely not. Neither of us drink. We're good.
Nope.
Okay. Do you have crew that wishes to run that?
Probably not.
Okay.
I don't think so. That would be funny to watch Jimmy, but I don't think so.
It's not a big publicized event. So this is our way to get more people informed that on Friday night when we run the triple play, we also have a beer mile for those people that want to do that. Our beer mile is the fizzy beverage mile, so people can do it with any drink they wish. So it's no excuse that you don't drink beer. In fact, last year, 2 years ago, the almost winner was a 16-year-old, and we think the only reason he didn't win was because at lap 4 he had drank so much LaCroix, which is a lot fizzier than any other drink the folks were drinking, that we think he almost exploded, physically exploded. But he was way out in front, but that was punishing for him. So tell me, you're signed up now. How has your training and if you're obstacle racers, this is really interesting to me because you have a whole different training perspective from a lot of us ultra runners. How's your training changed for the backyard race now that you know you've signed up for this format?
It doesn't.
Doesn't?
We race every weekend. Yeah, we race every weekend. We got 4 races before Ode.
Yeah, we do.
Two 31-mile obstacle course races. We got a 48-hour race in a dome in Wisconsin, and then we got a short course obstacle course race next weekend in Charlotte, 6 miles.
2 weekends ago we did a 100-miler.
Yeah, 2 weekends ago we did a 100-miler,
and then we did a short course.
And then we did a
5K
obstacle course race on the beach, Jacksonville Beach. So we don't take off days.
Tell me,
every day's a training day, and we train about 2.5 to 5 hours a day.
So this is old school. Like
old school.
We're just dumb. We're just dumb.
I don't know. You go back and look at Mark Allen in multisport, and they would race every weekend, and he would do everything from the sprints all the way to the long distance stuff, and that's how they maintain their shape, is by racing, right? Nowadays, everybody's very specialized, and they say, "Oh, this is my A race, this is my B race," and they work for 1 or 2 races a year. Now, I can understand with people that are older and need all that recovery, but most people, I think they've forgotten that that's an effective way to really be in race shape all the time. So that's pretty cool. And the fact that you mix up the distances is really interesting. What's the 48-hour? Tell us about that.
That's the 6 days in the dome, but we're only doing the 48-hour segment in Milwaukee, and it was the first one was run in Alaska, I think, and then they moved it. And then didn't Zach Bitter set the record there?
Yeah, I think he's got the 100-mile American record there at like 11:30. It's just right. three lanes of track around the ice arena. It's at the Pettit Ice Arena in Milwaukee, and yeah, a lot of people go up there to break records and stuff because it's the conditions are obviously perfect.
I thought that was just
so you can.
So if you break it down from running to your obstacle stuff, how much of the racing that you guys do is running versus the obstacle?
Well, last year with the
2020 was about like 90-10.
Yeah, because obstacle course racing was shut down. At least the big circuits were last year. We jumped in a couple small ones, and then we did a couple local ones, which were fun.
But ultra mostly.
But then we hit up some ultras, and we made up some races on our own.
Yeah.
Cool. We handed her 48-hour 4x4, where you're doing 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours, and I took a run from Durango to Silverton. What's that? Yeah, the Goggins one.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
The weekend before your race, one of our gyms that we go to is doing a 4x4x48, but obstacle. So they're doing basically like a mini
Wow.
4-mile obstacle course race. So I'm tempted to get in that, but I don't want to mess myself up too much sleep-wise before Ode. But yeah, I mean, training-wise, we picked up running pretty much this volume during COVID, and it's been 100-mile weeks for like at least the last 5-6 months for me. Longer for you.
There was only one week out of this year so far that we didn't put up 100 miles plus.
Well,
So
I'll give you one hint.
We got
If you want to do a lot of laps, make sure you come in rested. So that's all I can tell you.
rested.
But
Okay.
you've got a great advantage because the training you do in obstacle racers, you're very strong, and this course rewards a strong person that's also rested and can keep their wits about them. So how if you look at the Backyard Ultra, have you talked to a lot of people about this, and what's the best piece of advice you've received so far, if any?
Ooh, I don't know if I've received some what I think to be bad advice. Someone told me all Backyard Ultras are all about speed work, and I was like, wait, what? He's like, you run the first 2 miles as fast as possible, and then you fuel while you walk the last 2. And I'm like, that does not sound prudent. I don't know about that. And it was funny because it's like, sometimes you hear strategy and stuff. Oh, this is the best strategy. Well, that might be the best strategy for someone else. But if that doesn't fit in my wheelhouse, it's definitely not the best strategy for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know about the best, but that sounds like the worst advice.
That's a pretty cool one.
So far.
How about you, David?
for me, I'm thinking just run for 40 minutes and then have 20 minutes to cool down.
There you go. All right. So what do you feel is the greatest strength that you bring to the race, each of you, that's going to carry you through this format? What's your ace in the hole?
Oh, my greatest strength is confidence. I've already won the race.
Perfect. Okay.
No.
I'm gonna have to stay up late doing the scoring now.
My greatest strength is probably my humility, like my ability to not think too much of myself and be excited when anything goes right. And again, like I'm just excited to go have a good time and enjoy everybody. And hopefully, because I get to run slow, I have a chance at beating Mr. Confident over here instead of the guy who likes to run too hot.
You two are a great.
Oh yeah, I love blowing up.
So you want to have a great time. So I won't put you near Matt and Josh. So I'll make sure you're taken care of.
It's close enough to watch all of that unfold, but not be directly involved in it.
All right. So now here's a big question for you. How much have you overestimated with your minimum lap goal that you turned in on your survey?
I was worried about that lap goal, but since we just finished our first 100-miler, I think that's what I put up. So hopefully we'll get to that number. I've got my fingers crossed. I hope I didn't overestimate. I don't know.
Yeah, I put down 25, and I put down 25 as my minimum, and unless something goes real wrong, it shouldn't be a problem. My 200 milers.
So that's a trick question.
Like
so I'm asking you how much you overestimated, and being an engineer, the answer is probably going to be a ratio or a percentage. So I'll tell you the right answer. You've overestimated by 40%. Data proves that. For people that haven't run the Ode, they've overestimated by 40%. And for those that have already run the Ode, they're a little closer. They only overestimate by about 7%. So if you want to take your numbers, do that math and then adjust your training. Feel free. But there's just a
15 laps, man.
15?
We taking action on that? Anybody want to put money up against that?
I can't.
Hey, I'm throwing it out there right now. If anyone wants to throw some dollars out there, I'll get a pool started. We'll have some real fun. Tell Matt.
People will start drinking.
Maybe we're focusing on that DraftKings or whatever it is. I mean, maybe we'll know we
go.
did big then.
Ultra running.
There you go.
We've almost hit it big having you obstacle racers here. So that's our next step. All right, I'm going to give you some questions. Ready? And you can both give me a quick answer. What's your favorite band?
Well, what's your
favorite band? Quick answer.
AC/DC.
Rolling Stones. There you go.
What's your favorite ice cream?
The birthday cake cookie dough from Nadamu.
Gold medal ribbon.
Cousin Eddie or Clark Griswold?
Clark Griswold.
Don't know either.
Near what?
Chatty or
Okay.
not chatty during the race?
Not chatty.
Ooh, chatty.
You said chatty, Hannah?
Yeah, I know it's bad. It's
You're
gonna
a
waste
great
energy.
parent.
I know.
Energy conservation.
I know.
Swedish Fish or Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Patch, watermelon.
Swedish Fish.
Well done, medium, or rare?
None.
Rare.
Porta John or Bushes?
Porta John.
Bushes.
And those boys better not be in the Porta Johns. They don't need it to pee during the race.
Bushes.
Favorite donut?
Cinnamon sugar.
Double chocolate.
Little Debbie or Mr. Kipling's?
Little Debbie.
Excellent, excellent. Make sure that you tell Andrew Moore Little Debbie's. Just do me a favor.
Okay.
So when you see
Okay,
him.
got it.
Thank you so much for playing and spending time with us. We really look forward to seeing you live. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate you signing up for the race. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So safe
We're
drive.
so excited.
And now to make it fair, you get to ask me a question. Anything you want.
Who's gonna win?
I can't tell you that.
Sarah. You're gonna say
You
Sarah.
can't. I should have said you can ask any question except who's going to win.
Is Darcy actually coming, or is she just on? Because she's also listed for Western States too, the week after.
No, the Hard Rock.
Hard Rock.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't maintain all this, and I can't disclose personal information about anybody anyway. And I wouldn't
on,
say for
Hannah.
yourself.
I'm curious.
I'm gonna talk. I can't wait to meet her.
How about it? You got to give me a question I could answer.
Oh.
Okay, what good question for you is: at what hour do things really start to get crazy?
Do they start for me or for you?
Well, presumably they happen simultaneously. So
Yes.
when things get interesting.
My personal feeling is things get interesting, really interesting at lap 10. Folks that are intending to go a long way really start to struggle there if they've not done nutrition correctly. Folks that didn't intend to go that far aren't really getting there anyway. That's not what they're after, right? So they're going to stop earlier and save their bodies. But if people are going to lap 10, they're typically really trying to get to 12 or more, get to the road laps. Lap 10 is where the wheels start falling off. 10 hours is about when, if you've done bad things nutritionally, they start catching up with you. That's when, for us, the real drama starts, and you really start seeing some pain on faces and people act strange. So that's when it all starts to happen, lap 10.
I got
Dave,
a
how
mini
about you?
question for you.
What about me?
You guys know the Hummel twins?
If I win the race, will you come race an obstacle course race with us?
Ooh, question.
How short is the shortest obstacle course race?
We could do a 5K.
5K.
Can a person with a bad back do that?
Yeah. You
Okay.
can skip any
Then
obstacles you need.
I will.
You're in?
I'll do a
All
5K
right.
obstacle race if you win.
All right.
And then it's
It's a
not a
deal.
question, Tad, but you got to know who the Hummel toads are so my costume works before race day.
All right. I got that noted.
JAMUL, the Hummel toads.
All right. I got you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you
Beautiful.
playing along with us, and safe training until then.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Take care.
Have a good night.
You too.